You may know AgeWell for delivering life-saving Meals on Wheels to homebound seniors, but did you know they keep seniors active and engaged at 10 modern centers? Serve nutritious congregate meals amid friendly surroundings, transport seniors safely to and from appointments, and provide much-needed equipment and other essential services. Now, this vital nonprofit organization needs your support to sustain its mission. This is AgeWell Senior Services. Won't you make it yours?
Welcome and thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Barbier, your host for the Cox OC Connection. On today's segment, we'll be highlighting all the work our good friends at AgeWell Senior Services are doing in our community. I'm pleased to be sitting today with Dr. Marilyn Davey, the CEO of AgeWell Senior Services, as well as Patricia Alexandra. She's the owner of the Personalized Senior Placement, and she's also a board member. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Marilyn, let's start off with you. Can you give us an overview of all the services you're providing, a little bit of background of your organization?
We've been going since 1975, and we're the primary service provider for the elderly in South Orange County, and we serve from like the 55 freeway south to San Clemente. We've been doing it for a very long time, and we continue to keep adding these core services. We started out with building senior centers or helping cities also build senior centers and congregate meals that are served on site. And it's a great socialization for the seniors. They love coming. And then when they're homebound, we take the meals to their home. And then transportation's been going since '95. We have about 30 vans now running around all the communities, 14 cities.
I see them out and about quite a bit.
Yeah, it's about 400 square miles that we're covering, and even the VA hospital in Long Beach.
And approximately how many seniors are you serving a year through these centers?
Last year, we just finished all of our numbers. About 7,000 were served, and a lot of them, they're unduplicated. A lot of them get meals 5 days a week, transportation maybe 3 times a month, and case management's kind of an invisible service, but it's critical because they go into the home and do an assessment and determine what other services they may need to stay safely in their home.
And we were just watching an excellent public service announcement that you put together, and you can tell that there's a variety of programs and services you're providing. What would you say some of the most successful programs are?
Well, the meals program is very, very successful. We've saved people's lives. We just had Friday, there was an incident where one of our volunteers went into the home and found a lady on the floor. She was going into a diabetic coma. And they called, the paramedics and saved her life. And we're the only contact many of these seniors have during the week. And I would say it's probably the most successful program because it is the outreach and the safety net that seniors need.
And Patty, it's part of your mission for you to keep senior citizens at home as long as possible. Tell me a little bit about this and how you're working to accomplish these goals.
Well, if a family member calls me and wants me to come in and do an assessment in the home to see if mom or dad are safe and if everything's in order, then I will sit with the family and discuss all the things, the components that need to keep them in place at home. Sometimes it's not always the option, and so then I help them through the transition into the next step, and that might be a assisted living community or a local board and care residential community.
And why would you say it's so important for seniors to be able to stay at home as long as possible?
Well, I think that, that's where maybe they've raised their children. That's where all their precious things that they have collected for so many years. All seniors want to maintain their independence, their dignity, and so they want to stay at home. And I think if they can stay at home, that's where we need to keep them. And that's what Meals on Wheels does, and our services is help them stay in the home, but to be safe.
I agree. And it sounds like you're definitely providing a whole continuum of care. And
absolutely,
everyone has different needs, but it looks like you're really working to meet the different needs of everyone in our community.
Right. Exactly.
Where do the funds come to fund these programs, and where does the revenue go?
Well, about 47% comes from the government.
Okay.
Primarily the Older American Act, which is federal, and that started in 1965. And we actually are very, I think, cost effective. We collect and spend about 91 cents out of every dollar on direct service on the programs. And then we do a lot of grant writing. We do a lot of foundations. We've had wonderful support from community partners, seniors. We do a mailing every November to about 30,000 homes. And we rely on people giving. And our theme last year was Give Where You Live. So many donations go outside Orange County, and it doesn't really help the people living in Orange County.
And speaking of funding, this gives me a great lead-in to, I know it's a very exciting time for you right now because you have a fundraiser coming up. And not only are you a board member, but you're also a co-chair this year, Patty.
Absolutely.
So I'd love to hear.
Second year in a row.
Yeah, once you're good at a co-chair, they're not going to let you go.
No, they don't. We're most excited about this year. This is our 15th year for this fundraising event. And every year we have a theme. This year our theme is Do You Believe in Magic? And so we try to make this a very elegant event, fun event with a purpose. And so our event is at the Ritz-Carlton on February 28th. Our goal is to have 500 in attendance.
Okay.
We put together a beautiful silent auction and a live auction. So we have I have an entire committee of people helping me.
Almost 25 people.
Putting this.
It takes a village.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Putting this together. And so we'll have magicians this year. We have music in 3 different rooms, a nice cocktail party out at, of course, you know, on the Ritz-Carlton. I can't say any more about that.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Right. And it's our opportunity also to recognize people in the community that have really stepped forward, companies to help us and that are there for Age Well. We have 3 honorees every year. This year is Vicki Clark with Western Housing, and Neil O'Connor Mortuary, and Susan Montoya with First Bank. And so every year it's our opportunity to recognize people that have been so supportive of us.
So what would you say your biggest needs are right now if we were going to do a call to action for our viewers at home?
We have about 7 tables left.
Okay.
And we need people to call us and say, I'll take a table.
Okay, I love it. I feel like we're in QVC now.
Yes.
We've got 7 left, folks. Call now. Yeah. So we've got 7 tables. How about volunteers? Do you need volunteers for the event?
Right now, we're pretty solid with
Okay.
the volunteers because Patty's efforts have been great. But if you have any interest in attending, whether it's 1 ticket, 2 tickets, or a table of 10, let us know. We would love to have you come. You will not be disappointed.
No.
I know. I love the magic theme.
It is the best event I think in Orange County every year.
Some of our magicians are from the Magic Castle.
Oh,
so,
God. I've heard such great things about that show. So you have some surprises up your sleeve, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
I wanted to, you had said volunteers, and so we're pretty good because we're, you know, in the 11th hour of our event, so on the volunteer side there. But we always need volunteers in our senior centers. So those
and the
are
Meals
the
on
folks that
Wheels.
deliver those meals.
Definitely. Well, we put your information up so our viewers at home can come and get those 7 tables or volunteer throughout the year and help with Meals on Wheels.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. It's a
Cox
pleasure.
Cox has always been very supportive.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll be right back after this quick break.
I hope you have a great day today.
Oh, I would expect to.
There's your meals, and we'll see you later.
Thank you very much for coming.
Bye-bye.
This is Age Well Senior Services. Won't you make it yours?